In order. Pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call members, please.
Chairperson Gary Ross.
Here.
Vice Chair Shelley Smelsley. Lawrence Smothers. John Carroll.
Here.
Mark Buckeye.
Here.
Barbara Boswell Peterson.
Yeah.
Samara Zugabe.
Present.
Eric Bennett. We have a quorum.
We have a quorum. Approval of the agenda.
Motion for the agenda.
Second.
Have a motion, 2 seconds. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. New business, Betty's Field Project. Brian, do you have anything to say?
Here to listen more than anything. I mean, the biggest thing is, I'll just listen. I've been putting in on.
What's that?
Myself, just listen for now. If I have any input, I mean, tell you like what we use and what we currently, how we use the field. I just kind of to see what the plans and what all was gonna go on up there.
But is everything good on your end of it?
Yeah, I think it's good. I just didn't, I mean, we use the field probably, just our boys group, probably about 100 to 120 kids a year that are in that. We go about mid-April to about mid-July, 4 nights a week typically. So everything's good. It's worked out well, and even the transition over to, from the city directly taking care of it to, Alliance, everything's been good. No major issues.
Because, I mean, I don't really have a whole lot of information other, I met with Greg the other day and he said that he had talked with you and that everything would stay the same on your part as far as you guys using the field and.
You must talk to Brad.
Oh, okay.
We were trying to find out information, but Brad had sent me here, he couldn't be here tonight, so.
Okay.
He kind of sent me to, see, that was our biggest concern was hopefully nothing changes for us, because we don't really have as of right now, we don't have a backup facility. We pretty much use
Right.
the field weekend, Monday through Thursday every week, and at least between those 4 fields that we operate on. That's my biggest thing, which is I didn't just see what the plan was, or what plans or what's being discussed. We just didn't want to like get a booth or something like that. Not that that was even intention, but we didn't know what group was coming about and what the plan was.
Am I understanding that the community center took care of everything before and now we are trying to give it to Riverdale? Is that what?
River Dogs want to make the improvements. Right. They need a field in better shape than what's up there now. And they want to make improvements with dugouts and some fencing, eventually taking a fence around the back. So you're improving the infield, putting grass in the outfield.
So will they make it bigger than what it is? Does anybody know?
Yes. Hang on.
Got some stuff, yeah. Because they came in and talked to us, but we didn't get down to dimensions and specifics on it. We just said, need to come to park board, so they know what's going on. We're going to start making improvements, or want to make improvements.
So we are not handing over a field. They're just going to improve it.
Right.
So they can use it, and that would include community center in that part, right? You guys will be able to use it as you've done in the past, correct?
That was our hope. Nothing changed there.
I guess what I'm asking is if we're giving them the permission, they're not going to be the end all be all and decide who gets to use it and they don't
Well,
get to use it because
that's
they
what I've
have.
been doing, sending a text here.
They just have the need for another, or a smaller field for the younger kids. That was their one purpose behind this, because we would end up maintaining it. I don't think we're gonna end up striping it. We're not gonna maintain it that way, but we maintain the grass cutting in the infield. They would probably drag it. But they would, it would at least bring it up to a better standard than what's up there now.
Yeah, it would move out farther. Home plate would move towards the outfield, which would open up more room, and they'll put bleachers behind it.
So you can see the picture.
Yeah,
So you see where home is now, it's the brown spot
Yeah,
between the dugouts, the existing dugouts. So they're gonna move it up. Your outfield fence will be closer to the gravel parking area that's out there, but you'll still have the parking available. And then the disc golf, we talked disc golf, they're willing to move their facility, so that will be.
yeah, I think that whole area over there should be made into a parking lot.
where the old tennis
It's all
court
dead
was.
space in it, where the old tennis court was.
Was that where?
Yeah,
I was thinking,
Yeah, that's what
The old RC.
that's what the fence up
yeah, the
here
RC, yeah.
is, the backside of what
It
was
was-
the tennis court.
Oh, and it was a good tennis.
Yeah, it was.
It was, and people thought it was gonna fall off the edge of the world, and it never did. So they put the one down below, and that one
fell apart.
fell apart, and the one up there would have never fallen apart.
Yeah. Great.
So are they saying that the place wasn't kept up to par to their standards? That's why they want to improve it? Is it unsafe as it was? I'm just curious to what happened that we are at this point, is all I'm asking. And I'm not against it. Please don't understand.
Well, right now it has grass infield. It just has a dirt pad on the bases.
Okay,
They would make it a complete dirt infield. And, the bases are low. It needs just attention, over the years and,
and then would this be at any cost to the city?
no.
So now, I'm looking at, on my phone, and here, there's those trees, right, will they be doing anything to those trees?
No.
Okay.
The plan is for the outfield fence will go out real close to that big tree,
Okay,
but they want to leave the tree for shade.
good, good.
What age group uses it?
5 to 7-year-olds are introductory, youngest kid boys league, Coach Vidge.
Okay,
I haven't got to talk to Greg with River Dogs or what their long-term plan is. My just worry is, I know they're always looking for more and more fields, not only probably for tournaments, but practices, and I didn't know what kind of, there's gonna be conflicts. That's my only, our biggest concern is we're pretty busy up there. I mean, it's typically about, last couple of years, we've been having about 10 teams in those. So there's no lights, so you're,
But you guys don't use that on weekends, right?
no, not typically, in a pinch, if it's, you get a lot of rain or.
Bring up makeup,
Well,
yeah.
even games, not even typically, we don't, we'll let one or two rain out, we won't remake them up, but sometimes if it's, April, where it could rain a lot, even they may occasionally, but typically for Monday through Thursday.
has River Dogs used that place before, and did that interfere with what you guys were doing?
It's not, that field is not a tournament grade field by any means.
Okay.
It works great for us, for 5 to 7-year-olds,
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say,
but it could use a little TLC as far as getting it up to like what I would consider like a tournament grade field.
Mhm.
Is that the improvements they're wanting to do?
That is,
To bring it up to tournament grade?
Yeah,
So once they do that, would it affect them?
so doesn't,
Yeah. Their tournaments are typically Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so I would say no.
and as far as you guys, your age group's using it, it would be a lot easier on them kids playing on a dirt infield than the grass too.
They graded out right, yeah, it's kind of nice being all grass.
True.
I don't know how that's one thing now, it gets mowed and stuff, there's a whole lot of grading work, that would be something that does go to dirt, how we would manage, dragging that field and stuff like that. Community center itself does not have any equipment up there. The other two fields are all turf, so
Right.
we don't play on dirt actually anymore. So that is the most dirt field we play on, which is kind of crazy, but, I take it back south. The school does have a track up there, they do drag south.
They will have a drag. He said they'll have a building up there that'll have rakes and a tamp and a portable pitching mound and a drag and everything in it.
Yeah, I haven't seen a whole lot of plans, I mean, I've seen a little bit of it on Facebook. I mean, that was our biggest concern from the community center side of it, was just if that was gonna change like our access or anything like that. But I
Yes, he
think some of the
texted me back, I
improvements
texted him on 2 different ones.
So, and didn't they have a little girls' league that used to play on that field years ago, or do they still do? With the city?
Yeah,
We moved them, it used to be split, but since then Challenger Field, so there's 4 divisions in boys baseball. The smallest is on, Betty's Field. The next division up is our pitching machine, that's on Beyond's Field. And then the 2 oldest boys groups are on Yank South. The girls is 3 divisions. The youngest one is splits Leon's Field to boys. And the 2 oldest ones play out of Challenger Field. So we've added the field, and we did that. It allowed us, but we only do the younger boys on that Betty's Field, so.
Because I thought, because Betty, who's Cybele, was the one that was always in charge of girls softball. And I thought that she had, at one time, that was just little girls softball. So, I mean, that was years, yeah. Yeah.
Everything's pretty much the same, just kind of since we added Challenger Field up there, we rearranged a little bit on where everybody's at.
So what's the status of the Cory League field?
No one utilizes it unless there's nothing open. We're talking about the one over on Third Street, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we don't maintain it. We cut the grass and that's it.
It's the only thing they've ever done.
Yeah.
Do they even fix something anymore?
Yeah, so it's still there. It's rusting, but it's there.
I mean, there used to be 2 fields
Right.
until the levee went.
Right.
John?
This sounds to me like an improvement. It'll make our facility better and more useful to the community. I assume that it doesn't carry with it an implication that the city gives up its ownership of the facility or its prerogative in terms of the use of the facility.
Correct.
Correct. Well, then, looks like a very generous and civic-minded proposal.
agree. Answer me.
Agree.
So would River Dogs and Community Center need to get together to work this out? Or we're just gonna go on as have proceeded in the past?
I mean, they would have to worry about the scheduling. We're not gonna do the scheduling.
I'm kinda hoping that the city doesn't get in the middle of, they get canceled because they had 2-3 days of rain, and then the girls are trying to play, but then that happens to be on top of a River Dog tournament, and then they come to us trying to,
And who gets precedent?
Well, they normally only have tournaments here twice a year, don't they?
Big tournaments, they've had a bunch of
A bunch of little ones?
little.
Okay.
My guess is, I know they're trying to, there's certain facilities they're trying to get out of because, they can generate sales off of food and stuff. At certain facilities they can't. That's where they can make some good money, and I'm assuming that they can have it up there. I don't know, I mean, I know Greg, I know Nick Fowler. I haven't personally talked to them at all. Brad may have, but I mean, I can reach out to them. I just didn't know. I mean, I'd love to see improvements up there, that's awesome, if that's the case, just would, if they get improved and then we get like
Right.
half time or something, I think that's not gonna be great for us then, so.
So would this include a concession stand type with it?
No, it's just backstop, dugouts, bleachers, and fence. And then redo the dirt and the grass.
have they submitted a blueprint of what they intend to do, or?
That's what I've seen so far.
Okay, I'm just looking at
That
it.
is your proposed plan. I think they're trying to keep costs down, and they've got people that do this type of landscaping, this type of dirt work,
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, we don't have a.
They said Bloomsdale Excavating would be coming in and doing the initial dirt work
Okay.
to get the drainage and everything.
I agree with John 100%. This is a win-win for the city, as long as we don't get caught in the middle of having to decide who gets the field when the rain hits. That's my only,
Right.
Well, we have options to reschedule elsewhere sometimes, depending on what's going on, so.
Yeah, the big concern is that you still have it for your
correct.
league.
Our normal access, yeah. And at one point, we kind of discussed this project, potential community center, kind of what we started meeting, but I don't think that, that's the well field, and I don't think that's gonna work. It's out the well field.
Get an answer. He said he would keep this one on. Don't hang up, so then maybe you look at his text.
Speakerphone.
No, he called me back.
Okay, I'm gonna speak.
Is it okay if I answer?
Yeah.
Hello? Hey, will the community center still have their access like they do now as far as their league play? Okay. Okay, have you been talking to somebody out there? Brad? Okay. Okay, he's here at the meeting tonight, that's why I was asking. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. That's what I needed. Bye-bye. He said that it would work out. And I don't know if he said he already talked to Brad or was going to talk to Brad about an area out by the community center that would work to make a small grass field for coach pitch. But that they wouldn't really interfere with you because their practices are before your season starts. And then once your season starts, they're in tournament plays already. And they practice in Bloomsdale also. So this would be pretty much just a weekend only thing that they would use too. So. But once finds out if it's gonna fly with the city, then he's gonna get with you guys more and talk about.
Yeah, I mean, that's our biggest worry is just,
I mean, that's my only concern. I'm all in favor for the improvements, but don't want them to get hung out,
Right.
To dry where they don't have nowhere to go just because of that.
it'd be nice to have the field behind the community center, it'd be a lot easier on one less place I gotta drive across town to get.
Yeah.
So can I make a motion that we go ahead with the improvement that River Dogs want to do, pending that they get along or work things out with the community center?
Yes, I mean, I would be minded as long as they don't interfere with them not having.
Is that
a place.
fair? Yeah, as long as
Without
they,
them having a place
as
to
long as
play.
they keep you guys in mind, that doesn't change.
I mean, we work with them quite a bit between, they run Challenger Field, they run our stuff, so we have a decent working relationship.
Well, good.
John, help me come up with a better wording.
I think you did it perfectly. I second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Dave, can you do roll call, please?
John Carroll,
Aye.
Mark Buckeye,
Yes.
Barbara Bosler Peterson,
Yep,
some areas of games,
Yes?
Gary Robb,
Yes.
motion passed.
Good.
Okay. Any other business, John? Oh,
At our last meeting, there was some discussion and a bit of uncertainty in regard to the implications of an approval that we had made at the previous meeting, which was August 26th, regarding a request for the utilization and the reservation of the space at the park downtown for music and a food truck. I think Lauren brought that up. Our understanding of what we voted on was not that that was a blank check indefinitely to do those things. And it turns out that the language of the resolution is specific to October the 21st and the following Sunday, from 2 to 6 p.m. That was voted on and approved. I don't know that we need a motion on this. I want a point of clarification that that was not a blank check for an indefinite permit to use that whenever they wanted to. It doesn't mean they can't come back and ask for it. But I think that would have been ill-advised to give a blank check.
Correct.
An indefinite, open-ended permit for eternity to a private individual of that type or a neighborhood organization, whatever it is. So I think if we stay by the letter of the language accompanying the resolution, I think we're okay, but it says for those specific 2 days. And I think that would, I know that at least a couple of the board members were a little concerned about that. And I think that that reading of that resolution clarifies that it was for those 2 dates. And there's no prejudice against them coming back, but on the other hand, it also does not imply
well, and there is other events that take place in that
you're
park,
darn right there are.
you know?
Right, so that being said, I spoke with a couple of people, and it is something that they're doing every weekend. It's something they're going to be doing every weekend for the next couple months, whatever. My question, I mean, which, you know, kind of our job here is to get people into the parks, and we're doing that. But do we actually, people have to get a permit to get a group of people together to hang out at the park? I mean, I know we do for the pavilions, but, you know, so you have a group of people that want to go hang out at the park every weekend.
Well, I think it depends.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure, and we want to encourage the use of the park, but there could be circumstances where two groups have
Correct,
overlapping
right.
intentions for the same space.
I understand.
Our job is to try to help adjudicate, like we're trying to anticipate avoiding that problem
Right.
with this field. We've got to make sure that there's a fair and equitable distribution of the uses of the space.
Okay.
This person came to us, she got approval for two dates. We gave it to her, that's fine. She may come back. But somebody else may have an idea for a,
Right.
Halloween party or something like
Like when
that.
we hit the French Festival, for example.
Exactly,
Traditionally, we have always used the park for the French Festival.
that's right.
Or, and Fourth Friday, which they're all together up there for that. Fourth Friday, they put artists up there, which is great.
Yeah,
I mean, I realize that there are different events they're doing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
well, what she's proposing will sort of consume the space for the times that she wants to do it, and that's fine. But somebody has to referee if another group has
Wants to come in and do something.
something else on the same day.
Well, and I mean, I agree with you that we need to know if there's going to be,
Something
quote,
going on.
events going on there rather than, just a group going to sit down and talk on the benches, that's different. But if there's going to be an event, I think we need to
Yeah,
know.
like if they're gonna do it every Sunday or.
Yes.
In Main Street Park.
In May,
Main Street-
that's
Main
my
Street
next,
Park.
Not Bohemian
that's my
Park.
next problem.
Well, and
Is,
so.
is they're advertising it as
Bohemian Park,
Bohemian Park.
I don't agree.
And
with
it's not
Oh,
Bohemian Park.
Are they
It's-
already doing?
Yes.
Yes.
that. Yeah,
Yes, I saw it on Facebook and I
Oh.
went, wait a minute,
actually.
Bohemian Park? Uh-uh.
I could probably, I won't say put the kibosh on there, but I'll look at that. I haven't seen that, but I will absolutely
Yeah,
say
I-
something.
Because they're
Well, that's the sort of
advertising.
thing that happens if you give an
Correct.
open-ended, indefinite, eternal priority approval for some, it becomes, in their minds, their park, and then you've got this
Exactly.
problem.
Right.
And now they're calling it, instead of the Main Street Park, they're calling it the Bohemian Park.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I saw it on What's Going On in St. John.
Oh.
And I went, wait a
Yeah.
minute.
We should have addressed that.
Yeah, they need to
How did the
know.
name Bohemian come up? I have no.
Well, because the big mural.
The big mural.
Says Bohemian.
Little one.
I saw that also on Facebook. I was confused.
They term themselves up in that little area as Little Bohemian.
It may or may not last.
Well,
by
to
the
me,
way.
this is like the big pavilion at the city park. You can't just show up. You gotta contact the city.
When they're
let them
here,
know.
You can just show
When
up
they're-
if you want.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if somebody has an event
If there's a
planned,
reservation.
exactly. This is gonna be kind of similar. If somebody has reserved, then,
Well, that's what Lauren was concerned about.
Yes.
She raised it, and I was concerned about it, and Dave pointed out the language of this is very specific to those two dates. So
Okay.
I think that's okay. And if she wants it again,
Yeah.
she,
So who's gonna contact her and tell her that she doesn't have a blanket? Because it's my understanding that they're doing this can be every Sunday thing.
So she came in and talked to David Bova on Monday. So this is based on our conversation from the last meeting,
Wouldn't
and clarified that she could use it for the rest of October. I said, I don't see a problem
Oh,
with that,
gotcha.
again, based on our conversation. So I think she knows that there's a limit. I
okay.
had heard that there was, some discourse with her
Okay.
doing something every week. So
Okay.
it's like, we don't have anything else really going on that was reserved down there. Go ahead, we'll see how things work out. It may, we'll see if she asks for an extension in November. At that point, we may say, you need to go talk to the park board and limit your amount of use down there,
Yeah.
that it has to be. And it's not that, and it's mainly because it's mainly for the bands. Nothing else, like Barb said, if they want to go sit and eat and talk, whatever.
Yeah.
it's-
Right.
That's what the
and
that's what parks are for.
Right, and I agree with that.
It's just setting up the band and reserving it in that respect.
Happy, does the city have a form that if somebody wants to use it in November, they can fill it and we keep track of?
One thing we do is pavilions.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't keep track of parks. Because we have it's like correct me if I'm wrong, this is like a standing reservation for Valley to use Valley Springs Park for the pregame tailgate.
Tailgating.
Oh,
So, and,
And I guess basically the soccer fields would fall under that
yeah,
same type of thing.
yeah,
It's what's the gym with cross country.
Yeah, the mates they host, yeah.
Happy, you said that this gal went to David.
that was on a separate issue. So I was there and I just talked to her.
Well, it would be helpful for David to have a clear understanding of our policy on this, and he could help communicate that.
That was for building, it was the building aspect of
she
it.
came to the Heritage Commission about some stuff,
Yeah.
and that's what that was about.
I see.
Yeah, so then I talked to her while she was here, and we discussed that.
Okay.
I'm sure we're all in agreement that there's nothing going on, but we want something to happen at our parks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
want it to look
absolutely.
busy.
Absolutely.
That's what parks are for.
I don't think we need to be having people
No.
rename our parks.
No. I'll get in there, and if you think about it, hop in there, and you might want to mention it also, on where you saw it.
Oh, okay,
Show it to me, we'll talk later.
yeah.
I thought maybe somebody passed away and left us apart. Maybe we I missed 1 or 2 meetings and we gained apart. I should leave more often. We inherited a park or two.
Right, I got that straight, okay. You all good on that?
I am.
Okay. The pumpkin glow, would you be interested in maybe coordinating with them, doing that on the Sunday when they're doing their thing up there? I mean, I'm not gonna go around, I mean, that's the whole thing.
Well, that's the big thing is health.
But
Unless,
when they're gonna be there on the 27th?
whatever Sunday is.
That's
27th?
Yeah,
Yeah, so it'd be the
26th is Saturday.
Right. So, or do we want to let them just use the pumpkins and do it for us? I'm just throwing it out there. Or would you just prefer to keep them there as decoration?
Like I said, it's the health thing.
Yeah, I know. Then the Lauren
I
said
can be
she,
there, but
Lauren said she
I'm
can't
not,
promise anything.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't do it by yourself.
No, right,
No.
right.
What did we do in the past? Bought so many pumpkins
We
and
did it, well, a couple times, we did it on coordinated
We did that.
Fourth Friday.
Yeah, we
We
coordinated,
did the pumpkin bowl 3 or 4 years. didn't we? 2 or 3 years for
Yeah.
sure.
because Lauren had all the carvings of the pumpkins and you.
And we
you
still
had
have
the
all
fire
that
set
stuff's
with
up in the
the-
park house yet, yeah.
With,
Yeah.
for
I had
the
a fire
marshmallows.
pit, marshmallows and hot chocolate.
But will we do that on Sunday
Well, that's when they're doing their thing is on Sunday.
afternoon?
The art walk would be on the, I mean, unless,
That's probably on the
Artwork would be
the art walk's the
25th.
25th, and I'm not in town the 25th. Spirit Reunion's the 26th, so I'm involved with that with the foundation. So, yeah,
I mean.
you're just missing all the good stuff.
I know. So,
I mean, I'd help out, that's no big deal,
Let me see if I can get some help.
I mean, you said, when would you guys want to do it? I mean, that's the only thing you'd have to figure out.
What time help is needed? When would this be, like 6 o'clock when it starts to get dark by then, or?
Thanks. Isn't that when you guys usually did it?
I don't know if that would be good on a Sunday late.
Yeah.
though.
No, Sunday wouldn't work on it that evening at all.
or coordinate it with the art walk again,
Yeah. What, Friday?
yeah. I'll be available after 4:30.
Started like, what, 5?
This is the 26th or the?
Well, they
25th.
25th.
Yeah, the art walk starts at 6. So if you start at like 5 o'clock, you'll come down there beforehand.
We need to get it,
Yeah, we already got funds approved to get everything.
I'm taking pumpkins up Monday, he's picking this
And
week.
did Strong get delivered today?
Hmm?
Strong get delivered today?
Yesterday, I think.
Yesterday?
Mhm.
Okay.
Make sure it's in there.
Okay. Is it covered under something or just?
And I call it for no reason.
Yeah. A couple bales. Two that hit you.
so what are we going to, are we gonna, okay, because the last time we had all the pumpkins that they could carve and the table set up. And didn't we do s'mores or something?
Did that one year.
We did marshmallows, s'mores, and hot chocolate.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll help out. I mean, that's no big deal. We can make the hot chocolate.
I can be there.
Anybody else can help that night?
What day?
25th,
Friday, the
night.
25th. Well, I wonder if Shelley could help.
Yeah, but she may. And
She
Lauren
should be back
maybe.
by then.
Lauren's just not sure.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah,
going on.
yeah.
Supposed to be going to Indianapolis that weekend. It's the 1 week we don't have a Saturday cross-country meet, so I'm going to see my son getting out.
Dave, you available?
Barb, I'll try to show up. You say about 5?
5, yeah.
Yeah.
What all do we want to have? Do we want, okay, do we have the carving stuff yet?
Yep. Oh, there should be carving stuff, paint brushes,
Is that up?
everything up in the park house, yeah.
Okay.
Do
we
you need
to
help
check.
from 5 to 8,
Yeah.
5 to 9? What do we need?
5 to
I'd say 5 to 8.
5 to
3
8.
hours, plenty.
I'm gonna ask for a religion teacher, because so many kids have to have so many service hours,
Yeah.
and they can't be just one kind of service hour, so this would be a great,
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I will ask, our, like I said, our religion teacher, and she'll post it, and
Okay.
hope somebody will say sure. Now, we do have a home football game that night, and I believe St. Jen is also at home, so again, I kind of,
That might,
yeah, that could ruin things, because that's
Yeah.
what everybody wants to do. I know, I just looked at the schedule, Valley plays Pius, and it's senior night. It's the last home game of the season, so
So
it's
that's-
senior.
That would affect attendance anyway.
yeah. And especially if say, if.
And I don't have St. Jen's schedule to see if they're at home or they're not. Unless I'm misreading our schedule and it's an away game, but usually the dark.
No, I think homecoming is the last home game they have.
For Valley?
No, St.
Oh,
James.
I was gonna, St. Jen's homecoming is on the 12th.
Well,
Yeah.
I know this because I already have half my team dating somebody from St. Jen. We're going to the meet, what time does our race end? I'm like, I can't win if it's our homecoming or somebody else's.
Yeah, really.
And then the week after, it seemed, I got somebody dating since.
No, St. John's Way, it's at Carruthersville, on the 25th of October.
Mm-hmm.
St. John is at Carruthersville,
That's a long drive.
but Valley's at home.
I just made that drive. Went to Memphis this past week, so. Yeah, and Carruthersville came to Valley to play. In the
Yeah.
monsoon, we
In the
had,
month, so.
it's miserable.
So,
Like I said, I got nothing to lose. I'll post, and if nobody, we're not better off than we already.
Go to the football game at 7.
so, I mean, that's fine as long, as you know, because, how many people are gonna go down to Carruthersville? So I think we'll be safe in doing it on.
Well, like I said, even with Valley, 5 to 6:30, they could come down to the Pumpkin Glow and go to
Right.
the football game at 7.
Yeah,
And not everybody has to go to the game. You know what I mean? But not everybody goes, especially when you can listen to it now and
yeah.
watch it live feed and all that stuff. I say, keep your day the same time,
Okay.
and if we can get anybody to help, great. If not,
Linda, anything.
Okay, so,
You'll see it.
so do we want some hot chocolate? Okay, I've got, one of those 5-gallon,
Okay, see, that's what we did.
That's the way to go.
We just
Yeah.
did the hot water and
yeah,
those one
mix the cups
Also,
individual.
yeah, because we can do I can do do it all and just bring it.
Mhm.
Somebody may have to lift it in my car, but, okay.
Happy, is the electric car thing in operation or not yet?
Yep, up and running,
Has it been used?
once.
Who's the lucky contestant?
We don't have names, just we know they were there for 2
No, no,
hours
no, I just-
and 3 minutes.
I'm just curious,
So,
and we have 2 of them?
Yeah, it's one unit that has 2
Okay.
connections on it.
somebody said they went by there and there was police tape around it.
Probably was at one time,
It was.
because we didn't have it up and running, we didn't want anybody driving up trying to use it.
Okay, I was like, I know it works, somebody said it works, so I don't know. Okay, so the hot chocolate, what else are we gonna do?
I will get with Jeff tomorrow and find out about all the other supplies.
Okay,
Make sure
You
there's,
can get a little Lauren too, I mean.
and, other than that, if we want to do a fire pit and s'mores,
That would be a nice
yeah,
touch.
so we just need graham crackers and marshmallows and chocolate.
Go to Sam's and buy the bait, like the bait. It's
Okay.
cheaper.
When do we switch to regular time? Because,
That's the
November,
following weekend.
yeah.
oh,
It's November.
Yeah,
We're so good that week.
Late this year.
So as far as getting the hot chocolate and whatever else, do you want me to get that, or do you?
How much did we set aside for the pumpkins and all that?
250, wasn't it?
I
250?
think it was 250.
It should be in the minutes. 250?
I think it's 250, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you should be able to be within the minutes after this meeting.
That's right. Yes, 250.
250, so,
I'll buy a lot of pumpkins, hot chocolate, and
Yeah, I think there'd be enough in there to buy the hot chocolate and,
the hot chocolate and the fixings for s'mores.
yeah,
And that's all we'll have.
yeah.
Okay,
hey, the hot chocolate. you're-
Well, I'll know Monday how much the pumpkins are.
And don't get the
Okay.
name right, get the,
You have to use Swiss Miss, it's little marshmallows.
yeah.
okay.
One other thing I have is that someone could please talk to the folks that do our mowing and tell them anytime they want to mow that down there, to contact us first.
Anytime?
No.
I'm just clarifying.
The bed, the flower bed,
Okay,
around the flagpole.
right.
They went down and mowed it down.
Yeah, so Jeff thought it was all dead. There wasn't anything left over that
There was.
you want, and
There were
would look
whatever
good.
bombs and thing is, you get, so it's a wildflowers.
Yeah.
And you have like butterflies and all the larvae and stuff stay in that stuff until springtime. And I know it doesn't look real pretty, but
And I think that's, as long as you guys are okay with that,
I'm fine with
then
that.
that's, yeah, and then it makes sense.
Because I know before, when we had other stuff planted there, people were like, oh, can you put native stuff in there and whatnot? So we did kind of went more to wildflowers, and that's just the nature of the wildflower garden, turns the way it turns.
Right.
So,
Jeff thought it looked bad, so he went down, whacked everything down. Cleaned it up.
I mean, he did a beautiful job. It looked nice. He definitely did a nice
Just a
job.
couple months too early.
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay, then the sticks, no, s'mores, yeah, we'll talk about that. I've got things written down here. Just. And we'll get it, if we can get it set up that Friday, get everything set up before 2:15. No, wait a minute, kids are off school that day. Thanks, St. John's off that day. Yeah,
She would know if she's driving the bus.
I know.
I think they're off that day. So, yeah, that'll work perfect.
You know what? Valley might be off too.
I think they're off.
I think we are off also because of end of the quarter parent-teacher conferences.
Yeah, I think St. John has a half a day on the 24th and a whole day on the 25th, so we can set it up. Get it all set up by
Okay,
4 o'clock in the afternoon and that'll work.
Oh, you want us at 4?
Well, we need to, make sure we got our tables set up and
Okay, just tell me the time. 4?
4 o'clock.
Okay.
Don't change your mind on it.
subject to change, but no.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah, that'll work. I was just thinking that.
Valley is off on the 25th.
St. John has a half day, the 24th. It's our 25th.
Okay. Now I got something, I got a question about. I kind of touched on it last meeting, the phone tower money. That was supposed to go into infrastructure line, and that was money for the park board to spend. And you saying it's going for picnic tables and trash cans?
we've got 4 different lines in the capital improvements. So yeah, you have the infrastructure line, which we put 42,000 in. And then we put 30,000 in for tables and benches, 20,000 for tables, 10,000 for benches.
Okay,
So it's a revenue line. So you all approved spending you wanted tables and the benches, so
well, I don't remember that, but that tower money, what is it, 19 or $21,000 a year?
11.2, 11.7.
Okay, that was supposed to go into infrastructure, that's the way it's by ordinance, or it was voted on. that goes, because that infrastructure line used to be $5,000 a year that went in there from the budget. That was for the park board to spend. And that rent money was supposed to go into that line in place of that 5,000 for the park board to spend.
So we,
Because I would like to see that money from that tower to go with the 40,000 we have to double the money for a playground.
oh, yeah, okay.
So,
So we'll cancel the tables and benches? Because we're pulling money out of general fund to.
I don't remember voting on replacing tables and benches.
No.
I know we voted on putting benches in the park,
What was,
but I don't remember doing nothing about picnic tables.
wasn't that for the new benches that we were gonna put in
New
storage,
benches.
right?
Well, but we also had talked about wanting to replace the tables, the existing.
I
tables.
don't remember voting on nothing about replacing tables. We wanted them painted. But I don't remember voting on replacing any picnic tables. Does anybody?
Don't remember.
So I would like to see whatever money we can put into this playground, since we can double our money. You know,
Right, right. I understand that concern. Okay.
but, and then if we have to, wait a year to do the picnic tables, I mean, it's not like they're falling apart, they just don't look real
They still
pretty.
look pretty. And that was the idea, was trying to make an improvement on those, clean up, should be paint and all that.
Well, that could still all be done, but the picnic tables can just get a quick coat of paint. I wouldn't,
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's labor intensive, the time.
it's the winter time sport. Been there, done that.
To move them indoors, though, but yeah.
They got, you know, 5 of them at a time on a trailer. Been there, done that. I mean, we used to take them completely apart and
Paint
redo
each
them.
board, yeah.
So the board between the metal and,
Yeah.
was painted, but I mean, this don't have to go that extent if we're gonna replace them next year.
Right.
Just so they look better.
That's why I put them somewhere else.
Yeah, they can move those picnic benches and indoors, paint them, scrape and paint them
I did that for
for right now.
13 years.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, we won't do it immediately, but we can budget for that. Because we won't do a budget amendment until March, but we'll make sure we get that money into that line item. So the 42 plus the 11.7, so it's gonna give you 53. If we don't have.
So I get $106,000 playground.
Great. I don't disagree. I think that'd be great. Yep.
Do we have to make a motion for that? No, but just,
No, that'd be his.
just on.
No, it's all, no, we'll cover it from the administrative side.
Very good.
Chopped a lot of wood tonight.
You did?
You did.
Oh. Smoked or chopped?
Chopped.
Did you guys have a quorum?
Yes.
Last meeting? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I just didn't know.
Yep.
If you were here, you would have known.
I know.
This
Don't make me feel guilty. I already do.
That is an old kite swing that used to be in the park. And you had a swing on each side and, you
I
faced
remember
opposite, you remember?
Yeah.
And you pump your feet like you're swinging and it's fun.
Oh.
And the more you got it spun,
Further out.
they would
Oh,
actually
yeah.
go out, yeah. Wow, that is wild.
There was a lot of wonderful equipment there that today they would,
Oh,
they
Oh.
it's not safe.
that little merry-go-round.
Yeah, can you even have a
that-
merry-go-round anymore?
Wasn't a merry-go-round, but you ran and you hopped on and, that was fun. When people flew off, well, it scratched your,
Can't get the speed that you used to be able to.
Yeah, this was a big one.
yeah,
All right, anybody have anything else?
kids don't have any fun today.
There's no more wood left. It's all out.
I have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I second,
All in favor?
yeah.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
You're opposed to it.